All right. Back for some more Endgame. All right, so working through a operator with the Akimbo VST. It's got some pretty good damage here. You take a look at the loadout. You can see headshot damage, criticals. It does 146 per headshot, which is strong for an SMG. I've got these Akimbo. Big mag. In game, they're about 100 rounds each. And it really does crank out the damage, so it's pretty fun to use. Along with that, as backup, I've got the VST. It's got explosive bullets. Right now it's got Gravitron rounds. I'm trying to swap that over to shrapnel. We'll see if I can get one of those, but he's basically got one more nightmare skill needed. Right now he's using Bulldozer, Berserker, and Eagle Eye, so it's a lot of damage cranking out here. I like this build a lot. I miss not having Daredevil, but the damage is really nice. Exotic skill is Shattered Shield. That's maxed out, so good to go there. Nightmare skill is, so far I've got 2 Phoenix Burst. I've gotten pretty lucky getting those. He started with Chaos rounds, and I just swapped him over to Phoenix Burst. That really helps because he doesn't have any protection here. I'm running with Crash Cart, but we're going to try doing the virus injection with Ballistic Shell for the Rhino. That's really still the only part of that glitch fracture that gives me trouble, especially with these weapons. It doesn't kill the Rhino very quickly, so I need something to protect me while I'm trying to plate. The Crash Cart it was helping me revive, but I'd rather not have to revive in the first place. So we'll see how that goes. That'll basically be the goal of the next match here. I'm going to jump in, see if I can get shrapnel on the VST. If I can, great. If I don't, we'll just run with what we got. Let's go ahead and find a lobby here. If I can get some good footage, I'll make a video probably using some of the gameplay from this stream. I want to showcase these dual VSTs for you all. It does really well clearing like elites, guild bosses, things like that. Hey Rev, how's it going? Not as good at clearing the higher level bosses, but I mean they still work. But that's why I've also got the VS Recon as a backup. How you been, man? I haven't had a chance to check into your stream lately. I've been working on my setup. Dual streaming on Twitch and YouTube now. I'm with you. We finally got to use the pool. I don't know if I told you, we put in a pool over the winter. And getting everything set up, and finally got it in a spot where kids can go swimming. We could sit out there with them, the umbrellas and all that stuff. Oh yeah, yeah. I've got the music playing on Twitch, but obviously that's not on YouTube.
The guild has charging stations nearby. Connect your C-Link so I can overheat the station.
There's a quarantined command center nearby. Stop the toxin from getting out.
Marking target location.
Thanks, man, yeah. It was one of our big goals when we moved down here. So we're happy to get that checked off and back to the grind.
Under fire!
Visual. Shit, they're here.
Incoming shots! Incoming frag!
Alright, looks like folks are already headed up to Winery. That makes sense. I'm gonna make my way up there too. That wasn't very nice. We'll knock out Oscar first. I was actually just in Georgia myself. I was down in Atlanta earlier last week, Monday through Wednesday. Had to head out there for the 9 to 5, pays the bills.
You're nearing the quarantine command center. Stop the toxin from getting out. sake, I can't pin it down. Need you to investigate.
God, stop running.
I'll take the wheel.
I swear to God, the IQ of the players at nighttime are awful. I get up early in the morning, or I play this during the day if I can on the weekends. Like, everybody knows what they're doing. I get in here in prime time, I'm getting run over by cars, people are running away with the boss mobs, dying. Shit's crazy. Go away.
Tagging waypoint.
Alright, Oscar is about to melt. Ready? Get rid of this drum. Boom. Alright, strap him around. Let's go. Hey. Alright, what's next? Next boss, yeah, well, duh. Down here.
Marking target location. I'm hit.
There's a command center nearby leaking toxin everywhere. Shut it down.
Yep. You know, it's funny though, playing Warzone, the Battle Royale, it's like the complete opposite. You play at prime time and everybody's a pro, and you're lucky if you get 5 kills before you get wiped. Conversely, you play in the morning or something and it's all like the dads, you know, like me, getting on before work, and you can win easily. But in here, nah. I hate playing at night.
Give me access through your C-Link and I'll overheat the station. The Guild has charging stations nearby. They'd hate it if they went offline.
The Guild uses UAVs to transport toxic samples. Find a scientist to get us access.
There's a command center nearby leaking toxin. Find the source and shut it down.
That guy just walked through his barrier. Oh my god, I don't want to join your party. Gun just melts. The setup gives a bonus for point blank damage, so you get right up in their face and it just does double damage. Then if you can find the monster's weak spot, you'll see with the yellow damage numbers, it just cranks it. You know, normally it would be hitting for about 1,000 damage, but right up in his face and hitting the weak spot, it was doing 4,000 per bullet. I got 200 bullets between the two guns, so adds up quick. That was coming. That guy's probably down again already. Yep. Alright. Shrapnel? No, I don't want that. Order. I'll take an order. It's not what I wanted, but... Alright, that's all I needed.
Tagging
We'll run up
waypoint.
and do the new glitch fracture here. Yeah, I was playing Helldivers when it first came out. I haven't played it since they released, I think it was the third faction. I remember they had the robots and the bugs, and then there was supposed to be some kind of alien race. I never actually played that one. I stopped playing just before.
There's a guild shipping container
Yeah.
nearby. Get to it before they
It was fun. That game was fun as heck.
bring
I
down the
just
bots.
honestly got kind of bored with it. I think if they released those aliens maybe a month or two sooner, it would have been better. Probably would have retained me. But I was pretty much done with the game when that came out. Borderlands, I never really got into it. It looks cool. I've watched a little bit of it, but I just never got into it myself.
Vehicle's gonna blow.
I've been one of those Call of Duty bros that's basically been playing since 2009 or something like that. Like, I've heard, honestly, I bet if I played Borderlands, I would absolutely love it. It's just one of those games I just haven't picked up. I've heard really good things about it, and the little bit that I've watched has been entertaining. I'm going to try to use this for some YouTube content, so I'll be kind of talking my way through my thought process as we go. I want to highlight the dual-wheel VSTs that we got here. I'll use the sniper as kind of a backup as I need it, but for the most part we'll be using the dual-wheeled. Alright, so this first area is self-explanatory. I'm actually going to use this because the accuracy is atrocious. Hip firing. I need one more somewhere. Is that it? Yep. Still need one more? Did I miss one? Right in front of me. Alright, so there's always one on this wall. Look up top. I see 1, 2. Then on the back wall. Easy peasy. And we're on to the next one. Ignore this guy. Refill if you need to. There's usually one here. Ignore him unless he grabs you. Got one up here. I'm gonna have to clear this horde. There can be one back here. I'm gonna get stuck. In this corner. Up top, it's not here. Yeah, back here. That should be all of them. Alright, so then you got a little mini abomination that's going to spawn here. You want to try to shoot him when he throws lasers out of his mouth. That'll give you critical damage. Or when his heads are glowing red like that. Shoot me. There we go. He has some hard melee attacks. They can pretty much one-shot you, so you gotta respect that, but as I was saying, that's not very nice. Come over here and replace it. plates. There we go. I let him kill me for demonstration purposes. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Alright, so now we gotta escort this guy. The guys on the roof are kind of a pain. Especially when you miss. Thought I heard him back there. Where did he spawn from? Taking a quick reset, refill my plates when I get everything ready to go. Thinks he's slick. Alright, let's go. I had a launcher to get rid of that sentry, but I don't, so gotta snipe it.
Incoming shots. Incoming frag.
Unnecessary. Unnecessary. Excuse you. Stop that. There we go. Crawling on my belly like a rat. Pretty much got everybody taken care of. I'm gonna run back and grab that ballistic shell, because I want to use that on the next stage. Refill my plates.
Download complete.
Alright. The reason I want to use that is because the next section I have to actually fight this rhino that I'm escorting. And he's a pain in the balls. And I want that ballistic shell to give me some protection while I reload, because I can't one-shot him. about done here. There we go. Alright. So I need to blast him in the face, fall back, reload, and then put out that ballistic shell. And that should allow me to finish him off.
Under fire!
So far, so good. Worked about as good as I could have expected. Now I just wish I could switch back to my crash cart. I don't believe there is a container. There's one right here. Nah, there isn't. Okay. Well, we'll stay with ballistic shell. There's plenty of extra self revives, so hopefully I don't go down too much. We'll see. Focus this guy again. The rest becomes real easy. Again, bonus damage for getting in close.
Incoming frag!
Got Rhino. It's actually not bad.
I'm hit! Incoming shots! Cluster grenade sent!
Alright, almost home free. On the left hand side you can see my kill counter. I just need 6 more kills. Then we got the final boss.
Incoming frag! I'm hit!
That's it. Alright. So again, if you're not familiar, the big mechanic here is to avoid the area damage from the boss. As long as you're on a different level from the boss, you won't get hit, which is why I jump up on the plane. I'm gonna snipe him on his way in. He should be about half health by the time he gets here. I can just lay into him. He doesn't do a whole lot of damage other than that insta-wipe, so you see that red ring flying around, that would have wiped me. I think I'm out of ammo. Okay. might be above this. I'm actually not sure if I'm going to get hit. Oh, okay. If he landed on that plane, I could have died, so that was a little tricky. Playing hide and seek. That's it. He's dead. He's gonna transform here. This guy pretty much just zerged him. I'm out of ammo again. That's it. Done and done.
Good news, bad news. We were able to access the vulnerability, but ran into
So these guns do great as long as you are hitting the critical spot and you're up close, so you're getting that point-blank damage boost. It just melts the enemies, you know.
So keep up the good work.
Not quite as good as the Ion Sniper. Of course, that's the #1 gun right now. But I mean, they certainly hold their own. It's a good alternative weapon if you're sick of using the same one all the time. So we'll get our screenshot here. I'm sure we can use some of that footage in my video. I do want to try one more run, see if we can get the shrapnel rounds on that sniper. Then we'll move to a new operator. I'll give you all a quick rundown of the gun build. We can get back to the lobby. There we go. Alright, so we got the submachine gun VST. Go to the gunsmith here. Of course, we've got akimbo. That allows you to wield 2 of them from the hip. Since we are hip firing these guns, you don't have to worry about aim down sight speed or anything like that. So for the laser, I'm using the hip fire spread, scatter line, just to make it a little more accurate. The fire mods, I'm using the conversion kit. It increases the damage, but reduces the fire rate a little bit. Personally, I like it a little better. It makes it a little easier to control with the lower fire rate. The higher fire rate, the gun just climbs and kind of gets hard to keep on target. If you don't want to use a conversion kit, you want to use the base damage with the higher fire rate, that's fine. I would probably go with the buffer springs to try to mitigate the recoil that you're getting. I tried using the rapid fire, use the base damage with the higher fire rate on top of that, and it was just honestly uncontrollable. Not even worth going for. So buffer springs or the conversion kit. Rear grip, I just have sprint to fire speed. Allows you to shoot sooner after running. The magazine, the biggest mag you can hold. Underbarrel, I can't use because I'm using the conversion kit. If you're not using that conversion kit, I would probably go with the movement speed or one of the vertical recoil options. This one here, the VAS conversion. But since I can't use that, I leave it blank. The barrel, I always use the damage barrel. So in this case, it increases the headshot damage that we can do. And that correlates to the weak spot. So, you know, if you're fighting these enemies, they may not necessarily have a headshot damage, but you're fighting the weak spot, you're getting that critical damage, it's increased. Excuse me, this barrel is increasing that damage. Move over to the muzzle. I'm using the hip fire muzzle brake again, make the gun a little more accurate. And then finally, I put an optic on here just because I have, you know, an extra attachment. I'm only using these because it gives you an improvement to recoil gun kick. Obviously, you can't aim down sight when you have the two guns. It's all hip fire, so you don't have to worry about the aim down sight speed. Whether it actually helps with the recoil or not, I don't know. But again, it's a free attachment, so why not? That's basically it. As far as the exotic bonuses here, you'll see I've got from the hip. That improves that hip fire spread, so again, helps you be more accurate. And it also reduces the recoil. To me, that's the best option to use for a submachine gun. It really doesn't get a lot of good options. So from the hip is what I went with. And then, of course, we had the shrapnel rounds. That just puts out the most damage. Another good alternative would be mortar rounds, which I was using here on the sniper. But specifically for the sniper, the better option is shrapnel rounds. So I wish I could switch those, but I can't. So yeah, we'll run in one more time. Again, we'll see if we can get those shrapnel rounds on the sniper. And then if I can get those, we'll see if we can one-shot one of the other glitch bosses. It's always fun to do. I apologize, Vastness. I missed this early on. Thank you for the follow. Very much appreciated on Twitch. If y'all haven't checked out the YouTube videos, I did put out a new video a couple days ago for the Akimbo Warden pistols. Definitely fun to use. Again, not quite as strong as the Ion Sniper, but they melt bosses. They do really well against the bosses. The one downside to those pistols is the low ammo count, so you're constantly reloading, and it has kind of a slow reload on top of that, so not ideal, but they're certainly viable. And I came into this server real late. Everybody's up here already.
Marking target location.
I'm hoping I can get up there in time before they spawn it. Quick pro tip for anyone playing. The first thing I look at when I spawn into a game is the... I can't use my mouse cursor while I'm playing, but you see the timer in the upper left, right below the map there. The server starts at 50 minutes. Usually by the time you spawn in off the animation, it's about 49-30 remaining in the game. And the guild bosses, the ones that allow you to put the bonuses on your guns, they spawn at about 45 minutes go. I spawned into this game with about 45 minutes to go, so came in about 5 minutes late.
I've marked some guild
Namaste.
nearby.
How you doing?
Cut the power and piss them off. Use your C-Link to override and I can fry the charging station from here.
Is it morning in India? Good morning. Or good afternoon. I have no idea what time it is over there. Thank you for joining me, though.
A guild UAV just appeared on radar. Stand by while I knock it out of the sky.
The guild convoys rolling around Avalon like they own it. Remind them they don't.
There's a command center nearby leaking toxin. Find the source and shut
Morning.
it down.
Excellent. I agree. The new glitch is a much harder. I actually just went through. I'm not sure if you just joined, but in my last match, I did the new glitch fracture. And I showed you a couple tips. Try to stand on top of the VTOL, the plane, so that way when the boss jumps down, he doesn't hit you with his insta-kill. In the new glitch fracture, I actually have more trouble with the Rhino than anything else. Alright, gonna trade in the mortar round, see if we can get some shrapnel. Ah, alright. We got one more shot. I need some ammo.
Located ammo cache.
There's a command center nearby leaking toxin everywhere. Shut it down.
I wouldn't say Bulldozer is a must for solo. Personally, I think Bulldozer is just a must for any build. At least with my playstyle, I'm very much right in the enemy's face. And Bulldozer just gives you that point-blank bonus damage. But on top of that, if you use any kind of an explosive weapon, it gives you the explosive resistance. If you're using like the ion sniper or any kind of a rocket launcher, and you don't have Bulldozer, you're going to kill yourself. So for that reason, it's kind of a must-have. If you don't use explosives and you prefer to kind of shoot from far away, then you won't really need Bulldozer. Honestly, it'd be kind of a waste.
Need to determine the source. That means getting close.
Waiting for those guys to drive away so I can fly again. I'm not using Daredevil on this character, so I'm flying a lot slower. It's kind of agonizing because I always use Daredevil. So getting around the map is kind of rough. Especially when I'm trying to get all the way down here.
Tagging waypoint.
I haven't heard this song in ages. Yeah, that Rhino's tough. I actually just tried using the ballistic shell. Normally I use crash cart. But what I found was, especially if you're using a weapon where you have to reload multiple times, while you're trying to reload, all the ads, and he sends those drones at you that kind of stun you, you just get it stuck in a loop where you're constantly reloading, constantly replating.
You're near a guild checkpoint. Clear it and loosen the guild control.
Crash cart can be handy to revive you. But what I tried was using the ballistic shell to avoid getting downed in the first place. So what I did was basically when we spawned in, I mag dumped on the Rhino. There we go. Basically just emptied the magazines on him, got him down as far as I could. I retreated, I reloaded. Then I put down the ballistic shell, and that allowed me to put a whole nother round of, or not a round, but a whole nother set of magazines into the Rhino again. All without taking damage. So it kind of gives you like a free pass. Then after that, it still was up, and it gave me time to reload and replate, and then I could put the third round of damage into the Rhino, and by then he was just about done. I just had to find a safe spot, reload, and finish him off. I thought it worked pretty well. I think that might be the go-to strat
Marking
for
target
that Rhino.
location.
Rather than using crash cart, try the ballistic shell. This guy's running away from this boss. Stand there and hit him in the mouth and he'll die. You really don't need to run away. I am low on ammo. Is there any ammo around? Waiting for this boss to spawn. Here he comes. Over here.
Tagging waypoint.
If we get shrapnel on the sniper, I want to run the Link Forger just to show you one-shotting the boss there. If we don't get shrapnel, I'll do the new virus injection again.
Located ammo cache.
Alright, last chance. Shrapnel rounds? Yeah! Alright. Alright, so we're gonna run to the Link Forger,
Marking target
and
location.
we're gonna see if the VS Recon can one-shot the Skybreaker. I've done it before with the... Oops. By running into a tree. I've done it before with the Strider 300 sniper rifle. I believe the VS Recon can also do it. Does very similar damage. The key to one-shotting is using Eagle Eye. It has a crit damage boost. I need a tree or something. Not cooperating. Fly over the water. There we go. Eagle Eye gives you a crit damage boost, so you hit the guy in the head, doubles your
Heads up.
damage.
I just fried a Guild UAV's nav system. It's coming down near you.
Of course, since we're using Bulldozer, that gives you the point blank
Find the black box
bonus.
in the wreckage and I'll grab the data.
So you just get right in the boss's face as he spawns.
Eyes up.
And then
Codes in the AO. Usually
Eagle Eye
transports
also
something
gives you an ability called Big Hit, which means if your enemy has full health, it does bonus damage again. And then finally, Eagle Eye also gives you a bonus damage when your gun is at low ammo. So what you do is, while you're waiting for the boss to spawn, you just fire off a few rounds so you only have 1 or 2 left in your gun. And that'll give you the bonus damage. It should be enough to one-shot him, but we'll find out. This is actually a pretty good glitch fracture to show off these dual-wield VSTs also, because the first section is all waves of enemies, so the VSTs do a good job clearing them all.
Danger. Corrupted data sectors detected. Prepare yourself.
Actually, I didn't realize it still had ballistic shell on from the last game. Like, I'd like to put crash cart back on. Just a bit of a safety net. Just gotta be careful because I don't have Daredevil, I don't have the melee damage resistance, so if I get swarmed I could die pretty quickly. And a little, almost a cheat here, just use the Rhino on the last guy.
Severe corruption.
Get your own little mech suit. Yeah, there's really no strategy to it, it's just shoot him until he dies.
Objective complete. Severe corruption eliminated.
It's like a free win. Alright, and this is probably old news by now, but lay down right here and the enemies generally won't be able to shoot you. Pretty much a free win.
Objective. Secure the zones.
Did they take away the map? Huh. Again, over on the left-hand side, you can see the counter. It's at 96%, 100. So now I'm done over here. And we're going to zip up here. And then we just have to watch the Titan over here. So I'm going to lay down, use cover, and just snipe this guy. Should be 3 or 4 shots, and he's down. There we go. Clean up anyone else. So that's where I want to go next. But again, lay down behind the boxes. Should be pretty safe.
Hostile grenade.
They got a sniper. They're on the move.
I shouldn't have peeked. When this finishes, I want to run over and check the box and see if I can replace my ballistic shell. I want crash cart back. Should be okay without it, but
Objective complete. All zones
here.
secured.
ah, that's the other one. All right, you're giving me minor abilities. There's no major anywhere. Well,
Objective. Eliminate severe corruption.
another tip, if you don't know by now, get up here in this bell tower. The enemy can't really hurt you.
Tagging waypoint.
For this round, I'm just going to use a sniper. It just goes a lot faster than trying to use the submachine guns. But he'll come up underneath you. You just use some grenades or
Tossing
burn him
cluster.
down. He's kind of fighting with the recoil there, but eventually you'll do enough damage, he'll fly up above you and kind of reset. There he goes. And then when he comes back down, you just keep doing that until he dies. Alright, so I've broken his shield. Now you can see I'm doing like 50,000 per hit. Goes real fast once you get to this spot. Watch out for those guys, they will keep shooting you. And he didn't even come underneath, he went straight up this time. Even better. I'm gonna go refill my ammo. Climb up the ladder. Should be just about done. There we go.
Objective complete. Severe corruption eliminated.
There we we get to the last section here. Again, this is going to give me the jump abilities. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get my crash cart. Okay. I shouldn't need it. There's some extra self-revives if the worst happens.
Objective: kill enemies and collect drop shards.
Yeah. We need to do that.
Down, they're sniping!
Anybody else? Bueller?
I'm hit!
Why is that flying way low? Jesus. Alright, one more. Grab this guy. There.
Objective complete. All shards collected.
Now the boss will spawn right about here. I want to be point blank and low ammo, so I'm just going to fire off some rounds. I'll leave 2, just in case I miss.
Objective: eliminate severe corruption.
Oh no, don't reload. That's such a habit. And hopefully we can one-shot him. Did he... Oh, now he's not full health.
Objective complete.
Still
Severe
worked.
corruption eliminated.
I don't know if it counts as a one-shot though, because I did actually damage him.
All corrupted sectors purged.
Little anticlimactic.
Excellent work, soldier. Thanks to you, we've started establishing a data link to our man on the inside. But the connection is still weak. The more glitches you purge, the stronger our link will become. So keep purging those glitches to help us strengthen our data link.
I really wish you could get out of this when you were ready instead of having to wait for the counter. Alright. That's basically everything I wanted to do on this character. He's maxed out. He's got a good weapon combo. Man, Ekro, if you're still here, I wanted to show you the skill tracks that I'm using. So, yeah, Bulldozer, I pretty much consider that a must-have just for my playstyle, but Berserker is another one that I really like to have. Eagle Eye, I kind of put on the same level as Berserker. Having all 3 of these is great for a pure damage build. You could replace one of these with Warband also. Excuse me. So you could also use Warband. I'm not as big a fan of Warband as I am Berserker and Eagle Eye, so I kind of put those a little bit above. But me personally, what I generally do is I like to use Daredevil just so I can get around the map easier. So a lot of times I'll just go with Bulldozer, Berserker, Daredevil, or Bulldozer, Eagle Eye, Daredevil, some kind of combo like that. But I mean, honestly, you can pretty much run any skill tracks that you like. To me, the only must-have is Bulldozer when you're using explosive rounds. Outside of that, whatever you like, have fun with it. To me, the best exotic is Shattered Shield. Graviton can be good. Celebration is fine. But I prefer Shattered Shield. Same thing on the Nightmare skills. Phoenix Burst, I pretty much always go for. Chaos Rounds is decent. Frost Vortex can be okay. Nova Strike is a melee skill, and I don't really melee, so it's whatever. Hellwing is kind of fun, but less useful. But quick rundown there. So yeah, let me find another operator here. So she's got Bulldozer, Berserker, Daredevil. She's only 51, so I've got to finish her. What guns is she working with?
Efficiency demands sacrifice.
She's got the Strider. Okay. The Arrow. Alright, I don't want to get rid of the Strider, so we'll just come back to her. Everybody else is pretty much maxed out, right?
Hope for peace.
Waylon has the
Prep for
Ion
war.
with only Graviton rounds.
Someone has to engineer the future.
Ion. I think it might actually be time to start a brand new character. Oh, what she got? Level 60.
Together, we'll unlock another tier
Another
of
Strider.
human potential.
I don't need everybody with the Strider, though. Keep doing that. What did she have for the
Everything
Strider?
is an asset.
It's just exotic. There's really nothing there. All right. Let's see if there's another weapon I wanted to try. I wonder if we should go with the Hawker. See if that one can one-shot. I do kind of want to try the MK. Why can't you see what you want, my child? Yeah, you know what? We'll run it with the Hawker. We'll see what kind of damage we can get out of this thing. I gotta run through the build here real quick. Bear with me a little bit. Alright, so we definitely want fire rate. Aim down sight. Probably movement. Flinch resistance isn't bad. How about both? Kane Burmeister, hey, how you doing? We're loading up with the brand new gun build. I kind of ruins the camo, so I'm going to leave that. Oh no, what was it? Flint resistance, right? There we go. Okay. 88 in down sight speed. Okay, I need the big mag. Go with the 10 round. Alright, big one here. We want to make sure we've got the damage barrel, which is this one. It's a lower damage. Actually, does it even... That's the range. Does this not have a damage barrel? That's disappointing. This one might not one-shot. Okay. Hey, Too Tall. Yeah, I stream a couple times a week. I noticed not a lot of people did Endgame, so I figured I would kind of jump in there. Glad you found me. Thanks for hanging out. Alright, we'll just go with the short barrel then. There's no damage barrel. Let's see. Actually, I don't need that. I want to drop the sight, and we should be good to go. Alright, so this will have lower damage than the other snipers, but it's still at 588. That's not bad. Let me just run through real quick. I want to make sure I'm not missing a damage attachment. Damage range. Magazine won't affect that. Under barrel. Yeah, none of these are really going to change the damage. Okay. Alright, so we'll run in. We'll see how it goes. She's carrying an arrow. It's only epic. I'll probably look for some other kind of a legendary. Maybe we can get another reboot. That would be nice. Alright, and she's got Bulldozer, Daredevil, Berserker. I just got to finish the Bulldozer track. Alright, cool. Crash Cart, Grapple. We're ready to go. Alright. I will be right back. I need a refill on my drink. If anybody needs to take a bathroom break, now's a good chance while we are loading into the next map. Alright, so we got a few objectives here. We got to finish off her skill track. Loading in with a fresh gun, so we need to get that up to legendary pretty much right away.
There's a guild checkpoint nearby. Clear it
I'll
out.
be heading this way.
Guild's foothold.
And then, of course, we want to do the guild strikes. Get
Found
everything to
checkpoint
exotic.
nearby. Eliminate all enemies and weaken the guild's foothold.
And If that's not enough, we're gonna see if we can find another big exotic weapon to run as a secondary.
There's a guild command center nearby. Clear it out and kill the commander.
You're near a guild checkpoint. Clear it and loosen the guild's control on the area.
Not sure if I can solo this at my current strength, but we'll see.
Accessing door locks.
You're in.
Shoot, that would be nice. Alright, wasn't too bad.
Any more operations?
Weapon damage optimal.
Oh my god. Gave that guy a haircut. Alright, so we're gonna open all these, see if we can find anything good. Alright, that hurts. Did the boss not drop a crate? Yeah, stop missing. That'd be nice. No way. Nothing good here. I need to get to the guild boss. Oh, nobody's doing it yet? Okay. I guess I'm not in that much of a rush. There should have been another weapon box here from the boss, but okay. No biggie.
You're nearing the quarantine command center. Stop the toxin from getting out.
Hello? Why can she not climb?
There's a quarantined command center nearby. Stop the toxin from getting out.
Are people not doing the guild strikes? That's crazy. How many are in here? There's a lot in tier 1. What if this is the lower level lobby?
I traced comms to a guild officer nearby. Give middle management a haircut.
Target located.
I'm gonna get killed. It's crazy how much lower the damage is when you're not fully upgraded. That guy normally would be dead. Oh my my god, just hit him.
Every officer we kill chips away at the guild's effectiveness.
The guild has charging stations nearby. Connect your C-Link so I can overheat the station. Link up. Stand by.
Quick tip if you're trying to level up is you don't actually have to complete that. You just start it and run away and it'll complete on its own. And you'll get points for it no matter where you are on the map.
First one is cooked. That should piss him off real good.
I'm running around collecting these cubes just to increase my combat readiness rating. While I'm doing that, trying to keep an eye on the guild bosses to see if anybody's starting the strike. And then the world event too just popped. Alright, these guys, I'll have to watch that. The next set of cubes are kind of far to the south. I don't want to start that and then miss these events. Are they doing Oscar? It doesn't actually look like they are. Alright, I'm just gonna keep collecting. I'll just keep my eye on them. Nobody's going to Colossus either. There we go.
Waypoint set.
Sorry guys, I haven't been watching chat. PC specs, I'm running a laptop. It's a Lenovo Legion. It's got a... I'm really bad with specs, sorry, I'm not a computer guy. 14900K Intel processor. And it's just got a 4060 GPU. 32 gigabytes DDR5. But I mean, it does a great job. The FPS in Endgame is pretty low. It's usually right around 100 FPS, but in Warzone I get about 150, which is fine. My monitor is 144 Hertz, so that's perfect. But I mean, I have a single setup. I stream off the same PC, so I haven't had any trouble so far, knock on wood. Too tall, got a 66 ion explosive shrapnel, that's a good setup. Warband, bulldozer, eagle eye, yeah, that puts out some damage. Yeah. The next best gun after Ion, honestly, that's kind of what I've been on the hunt for. I would say it's probably the SoCal LMG with sharpshooter. You can also use the Hyper Surge exotic version of that, but you know, basically the same skill tracks. Just what you want to do is just aim for the enemy's weak points. And with the sharpshooter and all the bonuses, you just crank out damage with the SoCal. If you're doing the loadout, you can use the big mag, and I think it gives you something like 700 rounds or something. Like, you almost never have to reload. It's crazy. It's definitely fun to use. Yeah, I can show JP. I can show you the VST. I'm sorry, James Wayman. I can show you the VST after this game. But basically, it's just the akimbos with hipfire accuracy. I'll have a video out on it in a couple days too. The exotic skill I used was from the hip and shrapnel rounds. Yeah, I like Gunner. It's just you gotta choose, right? No, it's my arrow. Oh, jeez. Normally I carry the damage on these bosses, but I don't have the guns right now. The number one build recommendation I can give for anybody, and this goes for just about any gun, is use the damage barrel. It's exactly what it is. It just straight increases your damage, and you're really not giving anything up because, I mean, what else are you going to use? Bullet velocity, recoil, damage range. All your fights are within 10 meters, right? And because you're so close, you don't really need to worry about recoil. So just use that damage barrel, and everything else is like your biggest mag. And you know, if you're using a gun that needs some recoil control, do that. The VSTs actually could use some recoil help, but most guns, they're pretty simple. Yeah, I'm with you on Bulldozer. Daredevil, same. I like having Daredevil. I personally like Berserker. No particular reason, but it works well, especially with the armor plate regen. But Gunner is definitely helpful. I think it's one of those things you either get used to having it or you're used to not having it. And when you're used to having it and then you don't, it makes a big difference. Conversely, if you're used to not having it, you don't miss it, you know? I gotta get some ammo. somebody turned him with Neuro. That's funny. Right? Yeah. I actually did that to the Skybreaker boss in the Link Forger glitch. I had Neuro rounds on my sniper and it changed him over at like 60% health. Was never able to do it again, but it happened once. Hey Valar, no, I'm not doing viewer lobbies tonight. I'm just running solo. Unfortunately, my guns are not maxed out, so I'm not doing a whole lot of damage here. I'm also not maxed out. I'm only 55 combat rating, so I gotta watch my back and get killed pretty quick. I'll be the field medic if anybody goes down. Exotic. There we go. Start doing a little more damage. Alright. Where's everyone going next? I want to collect the cubes here in the Nightmare Zone since we get bonus points. If I can find them. Nope, not there. There. Now follow the crowd. I know somebody asked. I don't know if anybody answered where they're going next. Everybody's just kind of hanging out up there. I don't know what they're doing. I would like to do the other guild boss, but we'll see what people want to do.
Waypoint set.
Might be a little ambitious of me to try this solo. Oh, God. Would help if you hit him. Guy brings the kill to us.
Watch out!
That rhino is no joke.
Waypoint set.
How is that the first one here? That's crazy. Throwing rocks at me. Yeah, this guy has a few different crit spots depending on what area gets broken. Usually it glows blue. So the shoulder, yeah. This guy doesn't want to leave me alone. Sometimes it's like his heart, other times it's one of the two arms. I'll take that. Alright, what's next? Actually, I want to see... There we go, I'll take that. Should be another one on the other side. I don't know if Colossus can still be done.
There's something out there.
Alright, let's go do it. explosive rounds, not a sniper, just a cheat code. Just shoot into a crowd and watch them drop.
Get to exfil now. Toxin levels are dry.
Oh geez, we don't have much time. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna have time to finish this.
Heads up, team. Getting some
Well,
strange
we can
readings.
try.
You all seeing what I'm seeing?
Alright, if you guys don't know, stay away from the feet. They will hit you and insta-kill you. What you want to do is shoot the bottom, open up the portal, and then use a grapple or the kinetic jump to jump into it. Or you can go all the way up into a portal up top. Basically, I shoot the feet. If we get all the way to the redeploy drone before the portal opens up, then I'll use the redeploy drone to get up to the middle of his back. Not gonna make it this time. Next time he lifts his foot, I'll just launch into it. I'm a little worried. One of the guys saying he was bringing 2 newbies, so I don't know how experienced everyone is. I don't know if I can solo this with this character.
Accessing reactor chamber.
So if things get dicey, I might just back out. Euphoric FR, I'm sorry I missed the follow. Thank you for follow on Twitch. Appreciate the support. You guys are gonna rock me. I think I'm the only one in here so far. Oh my god.
Attacking now.
Yeah, I may be bailing. Alright, we got 10 minutes left here. I'll go collect some of those cubes and then we'll get out. I don't really have time for much else. Thanks, Cosmic. Put the kids to bed and get on the game, right? I might be done, actually. Tackle, yep, that's it. Alright. Then head out.
Objective identified.
Alright, so all in all, not too bad. We got the Hawker exotic and added the explosive bullets, which was a nice find. We weren't able to do the world event, but we did max out the skills.
Exfil request received. Details on the way. LZ too hot for the VTOL to land.
I'm actually wondering if I have time to go do Faulkner. Nope, somebody already did it. Alright, never mind. There's my guy. I got one more.
VTOL can't land with whatever the hell's down there. Exfil's arrived.
Come get me! I'll come to you. Bye, Mr. Robot.
VTOL's RTB.
Too tall. Thank you for the sub, man. Appreciate it. All right, somebody asked for the VST build. I think it was James Wayman. I don't know if you're still here. I will jump over and show you guys that quick. I don't remember which operator had it. I think it was Faulkner.
The weak fear progress. The strong embrace it.
Yeah. All right, so you can see here, obviously it is exotic, using the from the hip as the utility bonus and shrapnel rounds. Since it's a SMG, I mean, mortar rounds would work fine too. Whatever you like there, but from the hip, I think, is the best option you get for the utility bonus on an SMG. As far as how to build it, honestly, most of these attachments just go with what you like. The stock is akimbo. I mean, that's really just the key there. Aside from that, I'm using on the fire mod, I did the ammo conversion. Increases the damage a little bit, lowers the fire rate a little bit. I thought that was a good trade-off just because the fire rate is already real high on the VST and it's got some decent recoil, so it tends to climb on you really high. So lowering that fire rate actually makes that easier to manage, and then it increases the damage, so it kind of offsets the reduced fire rate. So, I mean, that worked well. Other than that, though, because they're akimbo, I'm just looking at hipfire spread. So I've got the hipfire laser. There's a hipfire muzzle over here, the Hawker hybrid muzzle brake, whatever you want to call that. The barrel, like I was mentioning during the fight earlier, this is the damage barrel. It just increases your headshot damage. So that basically applies to any critical hit. So like we were showing how there's criticals on the shoulder of that one boss. If you're fighting mimics, it's right in the mouth that's glowing. The Mega Abomination, same thing. You know, any kind of critical damage, the headshot multiplier will apply there, so it does more damage. Magazine, just go with your biggest mag. Rear grip, I've got sprint to fire. And then because I'm using the ammo conversion, I can't use an underbarrel. All these are locked, so I have an extra attachment so I can put a sight on it, even though it's akimbo. I'm using these just because it gives the recoil gun kick. I don't know how much that really helps, but why not, right? You know, it's a free attachment. So that's basically it. The big thing here is obviously run them akimbo. That doubles your damage, basically. You know, you're running two at once, and the big mag. Other than that, run what you like. But I think I got time. I will run one more. Let me go back to Kagan here. So I got her maxed out with the skills. Basically just going for the gun attributes. I want to try to find a different secondary. So I might run some tier 4 activities. See if we can find some exotics. I think the reboot would go nice with the sniper rifle. You got it. So yeah, somebody mentioned earlier alternative guns to the Ion. I talked about the Hyper Surge, or the so-called 545 LMG. That's a good alternative. Not quite as strong, but it still cranks out a lot of damage. Other than that, the Reboot pistol, if you haven't heard of those, the 1911 exotic, you have to find the Reboot in-game. You can then roll it at the exotic fabricator to get grenade bullets, and that just pumps out some crazy damage. Those are really good. You can't get grenade bullets on your loadout 1911, or if you just find like a legendary 1911, you have to find the exotic Reboot, and then you can get grenade bullets on it. But yeah, that's a good alternative. Also, the Warden 308, the pistol conversion. Make those akimbo and get explosive rounds on those, and that's a damage dealer too. I just put out a video on that one a couple days ago, but that one's really good as well. Alright, so let me see if I can find some exotics here.
You're approaching the guild command center. Clear to kill the commander.
Got a checkpoint nearby. Eliminate all enemies and weaken the guild's foothold.
Accessing door locks.
You're in. HVT down. Commanders are much harder to replace.
The flinch is getting me. Actually, I will take cluster grenade. nothing good there. Let's see, guild bosses, they're already doing one of them. We'll head that way.
There's a command center nearby that can toxin everywhere. Shut it down. Got eyes on a guild officer. Let's give his number 2 a battlefield promotion.
I mean, I don't know what console you're on, but when I used to play on PS5, and it was pretty much choose your game. If you were playing Warzone, that took up your whole hard drive. If you wanted to play anything else, you had to delete Call of Duty. I don't know if you're on Xbox, sounds like if you're playing Forza, it probably... maybe not the same. That was one of the reasons I switched over to PC. Storage and... I've been a PlayStation guy for a long time, but their servers kept going down, and the last time it happened, maybe a year ago or so, I basically said I had enough. I went and picked up a laptop.
There's a command center nearby.
Haven't looked back.
Find the source and shut it down.
You're there in the quarantine command center. Stop the toxin.
How I was missing the crits there. GG's. So Oscar doesn't really have a critical spot unless you're using sharpshooter. But usually his chest does the best damage. Yeah. I don't have to run anymore. As long as I don't get swarmed. shrapnel. Oh my god. 2 for 2. Alright, well, my main is done. I gotta find another weapon to
Waypoint set.
get some people to do Mega Bomb with me. Excuse me.
Guild uses their UAVs to collect toxin samples.
Weapons
I don't know if I can
Third, it
solo
gets
him.
access.
This somebody followed me, dude. With me. Let's get this done. And I can solo, it'll just be a long process. Shooting me. That.
Cluster grenade out.
Why is this guy not dying? So if you're gonna solo Mega Bomb, that's basically what you want to do, is just shoot him when he preps those lasers. And he'll shoot them more often if you're on a different level from him. Otherwise he tends to just charge at you. So I'm not sure this is time effective. I'm gonna abandon it. I'm gonna waste the entire match just trying to whittle him down. Fly, Kagan, fly! Why is this guy mad at me? I just got here. Oof.
Scan is optimized.
All right.
Objective identified.
There's a
Got a big
quarantine
lag
command
spike
center
there.
nearby. Stop the toxin from getting out.
Do a little bit of exotic hunting. Faulkner was done again?
There's a shipping container in the AO. Might be useful. Take down the Rhino.
Hostile grenade incoming.
Oh my god, die. Jesus.
Where are they hiding?
Alright,
Objective identified.
so I usually try to look for the surprise shipment. There's two of them. There's usually one up here and one down here.
Back there prototyping by at least a few months.
The other one must have already been done. Outside of surprise shipment, you can do the command centers, all of the weapon caches, the black boxes that you can open up and have a chance to be an exotic weapon. Otherwise, your best bet is killing Faulkner or Mega Abomination. Those are guaranteed exotic cases.
Accessing door locks.
You're in.
Whoa!
There. That's
Oh, I didn't see him. That was a crash cart. Hello? Ah, Jesus.
targets! Where's our boost?
Not having any luck. A couple of elites outside, you can kill them, they might drop a case. A lot shooting at me though. Yeah, HVTs, they're a good one. Got time. Yeah, here's the other one.
Objective identified.
Nobody's going after Mega. Another good trick is, if you've got strong enough weapons, is you can spawn the Mega Bomb, and then instead of killing it, you just kill all the elites that show up along with him, and each of those elites have a good chance of dropping an exotic weapon case. But of course, the whole time you've got Mega Bomb stomping at you, so a little more tough solo. But if you got the guns and the ability, it's a strategy.
There's a guild shipping container nearby. Get to it before they do. Bring down the boss! Container secured. Well done. We'll put it to good use.
Objective identified. Objective identified.
There's a command center nearby leaking toxin. Find the source and shut it down. There's a shipping container nearby. Might be useful. Right over the area.
Oh jeez, I'm not reloaded.
Well done. Container secure.
Hostile grenade incoming. Heads down. Sniping.
Guild has charging stations nearby. Take them offline and disrupt their ops.
There's a downed guild UAV. Guild's imported some extra muscle. Find that HVT and send him packing.
Detecting HVT. Transmission interruption.
You won't be so lucky next time.
I was gonna say, I thought there was another guy there.
A smart person would back down right now.
Let's
Guild
see.
will crush you.
Transmission restored.
Objective identified.
Probably got time for a few more. We'll do another.
Override signals dropping. Stay near the quad.
Override signals dropping. Stay near the quad.
Command
Guild's
center.
choking the area with toxin. If Avalon's gonna survive, we've gotta shut it down. You're near a Guild checkpoint. Clear it and loosen the Guild's control on the area.
I didn't see the HVT at the bottom there. I feel like Kagan flies slower. Like, I should be able to reach this without trouble.
You're approaching the Guild command center. Clear it and kill the commander.
Accessing door locks.
You're in.
Hello?
Cluster grenade out.
Oh, of course, now it goes. Hello.
HVT down. Commanders are much harder to replace.
Why did it shoot twice? Wow. What are you doing in here? Behind you. Alright, well, not having any luck here. Oh, Jesus.
You're near a crashed Guild UAV. Worth checking for intel. Guild brought in a heavy hitter to help secure Avalon. End that fucker before he can start.
Yeah, I agree, too tall. Like, it just feels different. I don't know.
HVT identified.
Maybe I'm crazy, but... Alright, we'll go in the back door.
HVT down. Nice work. We help the Guild lose more people every day.
Waypoint set.
Oh my god, I got stunned by the fall damage.
One less officer to fill out the Guild's rank and file.
Objective identified.
Alright, we'll do a couple more and then we'll call it. This will probably be my last game. I gotta get up for work in the morning. Get some last minute good luck here.
There's a guild shipping container nearby. Get to it before they do. Take down the dogs! There's a shipping container nearby. Might be useful. Container secured.
No.
Well done. We'll put it to good use. There's a guild shipping container nearby. Get to it before they do. Bring down the rhino.
Didn't even see him.
Well done. Container secured.
Objective identified.
The Novaline? Good luck. I don't know, hey, if you find a secret build there, let me know. I have not had good luck with that one.
Guild is escalating their hold on Avalon. Guarding the heavy. Take him out.
Detecting HVT.
Soldier down! Quick!
Oop, wrong staircase.
Transmission interruption.
I'm in control now, not
I don't
Kagan.
think they're gonna-
You'll die soon enough.
A smart person would back down right now.
Go fuck yourself.
Transmission restored.
I'm picking
What
up
else we
something
got?
weird.
Let me try this one.
Toxin levels high. This could get crazy. There's a down
You gotta get out of there. Toxin levels are too high.
guild imported some extra muscle. Find that HVT and send it packing.
HVT identified. Transmission interruption.
You won't be so lucky next time.
Moving behind him.
Smart person would back down right now.
Guild will crush you.
Transmission restored.
Alright, well, I think I am gonna head out. Let me...
Objective identified.
You know what? If I go to the tier 4... Should be
Objective identified.
a couple of elites there. Yeah, I mean, you'd be surprised, like, the Ion was nothing special and until somebody ran it with explosive rounds and found out it was a beast, so... Who knows?
VTOL needs a clear LZ for exfil. it! VTOL can't land at the LZ!
Oh.
VTOL touching down. Move it or lose it.
Alright, that is going to do it for me for the night. Seriously, appreciate the love. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. A couple of you that followed and subscribed, depending on which side you're on, Twitch or YouTube. But yeah, like I mentioned, I'm on the hunt for, you know, other weapons that we can use aside from the ion. You know, if you don't know, that's the #1 right now. Put explosive bullets on it and just go to town. But if you're like me and you're getting bored with that, you're looking for other guns, I'm trying out a bunch of different ones that have got some potential. And I'll throw up some YouTube videos so can fill you in on those. But you know, like I mentioned before, the Sokol 545, that one's a good, you know, #2 to the ion. The Reboot exotic pistols and the Warden pistol conversion. Put explosive rounds on all of those, and they all do great damage. So if any of you find something that seems to work well, let me know. I'll check it out, and I'll give you a shout out. But I'm gonna call it a night. Again, thanks for hanging out, man. Check out the videos, and we'll see you on the next stream. Have a good night, everyone.